Do you know what the most important debt you will ever have in life is? It's not the money you borrow. It's not the promises you make to others. It's the debt you owe to yourself. You owe yourself the life you dream of living. You owe yourself the freedom to be unapologetically you. And 2025 is the year you stop running away from that responsibility. Because here's the truth. Nobody is coming to hand you your dream on a silver platter. Nobody is going to clap for you until you clap for yourself first. And the longer you wait for permission, the longer you put your life on hold, you owe yourself courage. You owe yourself consistency. You owe yourself the discipline to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. You owe yourself love, the kind of love that doesn't come from the approval of the world, but from the way you hold your own heart when no one else is watching. Think about it. How many times have you shown up for people who didn't even value you? How many times have you sacrificed your own peace just to fit into somebody else's version of who you should be? This year, you don't do that anymore. This year, you choose you, not in a selfish way, but in a way that says, if I can't stand strong for myself, how will I ever lift anyone else? Stop negotiating with your potential. Stop asking life to be easier. Instead, start asking yourself to be stronger. The hardest battles you will fight are not with society, not with your friends, not with your critics. They are with the voice inside your head that says, maybe I can't. But let me tell you something. Your story isn't written in doubt. It's written in fire. Every scar, every heartbreak, every rejection, every sleepless night. It's all been preparing you for this moment. 2025 is not just another year on the calendar. It's a turning point. A chance to rewrite the script. A chance to finally cash in on the promise you made to yourself years ago when you whispered, one day I will make it. You owe yourself that dream career. You owe yourself that self-respect. You owe yourself that version of you who refuses to be ordinary. So don't wait, don't apologize, don't shrink, stand tall in your ambition, be loud in your determination. And remember, every single time you choose yourself, every single time you fight for yourself, every single time you say, I am worth it, you pay off that debt. And when you look back at this year, you won't just see goals checked off or dreams fulfilled. You'll see proof that you finally understood the most powerful truth of all. You owe it to you. Courage has always been the difference between those who dream and those who actually live their dreams. When I say you owe yourself courage more than comfort, I mean that comfort will give you safety, but courage will give you growth. Comfort will allow you to sit where you are, repeating the same patterns, living the same days. But courage will pull you into the unknown, into risks, into challenges that make you discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you give yourself a chance to expand. You give yourself a chance to step into a life that isn't predictable but powerful. Think of the moments in your life where you felt proud of yourself. Were they born out of comfort, or were they born out of moments when you said yes to something that terrified you? That time you spoke up when your voice shook. That time you walked away from what no longer served you. That time you trusted yourself when no one else did. None of it came from the safe, cozy corners of your life. It all came from courage, raw and unpolished, but undeniably yours. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to move despite fear. Too many people wait until they feel ready, but the truth is you may never feel ready. You will never wake up one morning with fear completely erased. You will never magically wake up stronger until you take steps that force you to be strong. Courage is about making a decision while your knees are shaking, while your heart is racing, while your doubts are screaming at you. Because if you only move when it feels comfortable, you will never move at all. Comfort is a trap. It convinces you that survival is enough, that a steady routine is all you deserve, that playing small is safer than dreaming big. But comfort comes at a cost, the cost of your potential, the cost of your purpose, the cost of your greatness. One day you will look back and realize that staying in your comfort zone didn't protect you. It imprisoned you. And the only key to breaking free is courage. Courage makes you walk into rooms where you don't feel qualified, but you know you belong. Courage makes you try when the chances of failure are higher than the chances of success. Courage makes you leave behind relationships that dim your light, even when your heart aches to hold on. Courage makes you bet on yourself when the whole world doubts you. And in 2025, courage is not optional. It is the price you pay to live the life you know you were born to live. When you choose courage, you choose growth. Every failure becomes a lesson. Every rejection becomes redirection. Every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. You stop running from challenges and start running toward them, because you realize that challenges are the gym where strength is built. Without courage, life becomes stagnant, predictable, and lifeless. With courage, life becomes unpredictable, exciting, and meaningful. Courage is not loud. It doesn't always look like grand speeches or dramatic decisions. Sometimes courage is quiet. It's the silent discipline of showing up day after day when nobody notices. It's the decision to wake up one more time after life has knocked you down. It's the whisper that says, keep going. When giving up feels easier, courage lives in small acts that no one else may see, but you feel deep inside, shaping you into who you are meant to become. Comfort will offer you the illusion of happiness, but courage will give you the reality of fulfillment. You can have all the luxuries, all the applause, all the external validation, but if you didn't choose courage, if you didn't risk failure, if you didn't push past your fears, you will still feel empty. The deepest satisfaction in life comes from knowing you faced your fears and didn't let them control you. That you chose the harder path, not because it was easy, but because it was worth it. You owe yourself courage because nobody else can give it to you. People can inspire you, encourage you, and even push you, but only you can decide to be brave. Only you can decide to take the leap. Only you can decide that your dreams are worth the risk. And when you make that decision, you start living a life that is yours, not borrowed from expectations, not shaped by fear, but truly and completely yours. In 2025, you cannot afford to play safe anymore. Playing safe will keep you invisible, and invisibility will keep you unfulfilled. The world does not reward comfort. It rewards courage. The people you admire, the stories that inspire you, the breakthroughs that change the world, they all came from courage. And if they could do it, why not you? Why not now? Why not make this the year you finally stop hiding behind what's easy and start chasing what's extraordinary? Courage will hurt sometimes. It will demand sacrifices. It will leave you vulnerable, but it will also give you strength you never thought you had. It will give you freedom. It will give you the chance to write a story worth remembering. You may stumble, you may fall, you may fail. But failure with courage is still progress. Failure with courage is still forward. Failure with courage is proof that you tried, and that trying already puts you ahead of those who never dared. You owe yourself courage more than comfort, because courage will build you, shape you, and take you closer to the life you are destined for. Comfort will keep you breathing, but courage will make you feel alive. And when you look back at your life, you won't remember the days you stayed safe. You will remember the days you were brave. Stop negotiating with your potential, because every time you try to bargain with it, you shrink what you are truly capable of. Potential doesn't respond to excuses. It doesn't bend for procrastination, and it doesn't wait forever for you to get serious. It is like an unopened treasure chest sitting inside you, waiting for you to unlock it. Yet so many people spend their lives standing outside that chest, telling themselves they will open it tomorrow, next week, or when things feel easier. The problem is, tomorrow is not promised, next week never feels right, and life rarely becomes easier. Your potential is not something you access by accident. It is something you step in by making a choice every single day to stop bargaining with fear and start committing to growth. When you negotiate with your potential, you say things like, I'll give it half my effort and see what happens. You convince yourself that average effort will give extraordinary results. You convince yourself that you can cheat the process, that shortcuts will take you where hard work should. But your potential does not respond to half-heartedness. It demands everything. It demands sacrifice, sleepless nights, resilience, focus, and courage. You can't say, "I'll do it when I feel like it," because greatness does not wait for convenience. You either show up for it or you lose it. Think about how many people walk around this world carrying dreams they never dared to chase. They had the potential to write books that never got written, businesses that never got built, songs that never got sung. They negotiated with their potential by waiting for the perfect time, by choosing comfort over risk, by convincing themselves that small effort was enough. And because of that negotiation, their potential remained locked inside, never seen, never shared, never realized. That is one of the greatest tragedies of life. Not failure, but wasted potential. The world does not need more people who play it safe. The world needs people who are bold enough to unlock everything inside them. Every time you negotiate with your potential, you dim your light and the world misses out on what you could have given. Your ideas, your talents, your voice, none of these are accidents. They were placed inside you for a reason. And if you keep bargaining with them, telling yourself you're not ready, telling yourself you'll try later, you're not only cheating yourself, you're cheating everyone who could have been impacted by what you have to offer. Potential is not a guarantee, it is a responsibility. Just because you have talent doesn't mean you'll succeed. Just because you have dreams doesn't mean they'll come true. The difference between people who live up to their potential and those who don't is commitment. Are you willing to go all in? Are you willing to do what others won't? Are you willing to sacrifice comfort today for a future that looks different? That's the price of unlocking your potential. When you stop negotiating with your potential, you stop making excuses. You stop saying, "I'll start tomorrow." You stop saying, "Maybe this isn't for me." Instead, you hold yourself accountable. You push yourself past your limits. You show up consistently, even when motivation is gone. Potential thrives on discipline. It thrives on faith. It thrives when you stop waiting for inspiration and start taking action. Your potential is bigger than your fears, but as long as you negotiate with fear, you will never see it. Fear will always try to convince you that it's better to stay safe, better to stay small, better to stay invisible. Fear will tell you that trying and failing is worse than not trying at all. But the truth is the opposite. Failing is not the end, it is the beginning of growth. Every setback teaches you, every rejection redirects you, every failure builds you. But you only learn these lessons if you stop negotiating and start moving. The reason people stay stuck is because they convince themselves that they can dabble with their dreams. They treat their goals like hobbies instead of obligations. They put in effort only when it's convenient. But success is not built on convenience, it is built on commitment. You don't get to tell your potential, "I'll give you some of me today, maybe more of me tomorrow." It doesn't work like that. Potential demands all of you, your energy, your focus, your heart, your persistence. And when you finally give it all, that's when it reveals what you're truly capable of. When you negotiate with your potential, you create a life of regret. You may not feel it now, but years down the line, you'll look back and ask yourself, what if I had tried harder? What if I had stopped waiting? What if I had believed in myself? Regret is the price of negotiation, and it is far heavier than the price of discipline, effort, or even failure. You don't want to live a life full of what-ifs when you had the chance to live a life full of victories. Stop negotiating because every day you wait, your potential grows quieter. Every day you delay, you lose a piece of what you could have built. The opportunities of today may not be there tomorrow. The energy, the drive, the fire you feel now, it can fade if you keep putting it off. Potential doesn't disappear, but it weakens when neglected. And if you're not careful, you'll spend your life knowing you had everything inside you to succeed, but you chose to settle. You owe it to yourself to stop the negotiations, to stop the compromises, to stop telling yourself you'll give less than your best. You owe it to yourself to demand more from yourself, to push harder, to rise higher, to unleash the version of you that doesn't play small. Because once you stop bargaining with potential and start embracing it fully, you stop living halfway and start living fully. You stop existing and start creating. You stop settling and start conquering.